everybody. Today I'm going to go through a lot that I had bought, and it is a lot of little figurines. They're called Wade's Whimsies. So I'm going to go through these with you, go over a little bit of the history of them, what they are, where they're from, and then I'll show you each individual one. They're all for sale on our Etsy store, and let's get started. So Wade's Whimsies were created starting in the 1950s by the Wade Pottery Company, made in England. Okay, they're small, solid porcelain figurines, very popular and collectible, and they've actually had a little bit of a comeback recently, and they're very collectible now. People are looking for them. I've had a lot of interest in the ones that I have. So the USA, Canada, Britain, those are the main places where these guys were collected and are being collected again right now. Most of the ones I have here are from the 1960s and 70s, and a few from the 80s and 90s. Here in Canada, Red Rose Tea would have a little Wade's Whimsy in each box. So when you bought your tea, you would get a little Wade Whimsy. They started doing that in 1967, all the way through the 70s and into the early 80s. The first series that they had was animals. There were 32 animals, and they started doing that in 1967 through till 73. And also the second series, I have quite a few of them, and they're very popular. They're the Nursery rhymes, and they were from 1971 to 1979. They did do another series of the animals in the 80s as well, so some of these are from that later series. So like I said, there are lots of collectors clubs. Collectors love these little guys. All right, so we're going to start up here in the corner, and we're going to start with my nursery rhyme group. I have two of the same one, and you'll see that they're slightly different because they are hand painted, and some of the paint is slightly different colors or different shading. So this is Tom the Piper's son. If you recall that nursery rhyme, he stole a pig and away he run. So here is, I'm going to get it to focus here, just one moment. Just a sec. Here. There we go. All right, so Tom and the little pig in his hand, and he's running. So there's one, and here's the second one. Very similar, obviously. If you look, there's the back with the pig with his little curly tail in his hands. So there's Tom the Piper's son, stole a pig and away he run. If you remember that nursery rhyme. Second grouping is Mother Goose. There's Mother Goose. She's got her goose with her. She's got a cute little hat. Focus on her. There she is. There's the back. There we go. Okay. Next, are these little cuties. This is little Jack Horner. We'll focus on him. There he is. So little Jack Horner sat in a corner eating his Christmas pie. He put in his thumb and pulled out a plum and said, "What a good boy am I." So I have two of those. As you can see, his little thumb is purple from pulling out the plum, and he's got a little pie in his hand. He's so cute. Look at him with his little outfit. Little Jack Horner sat in a corner eating his Christmas pie. right, next is Dr. Foster. Now, I wasn't aware of this nursery rhyme. It's an English nursery rhyme, so I'm going to go through it with you. If you can see him, let's pull him forward a little bit. All right, so he has his briefcase and his hat. He's got tails. He's a fancy guy. He's got his umbrella, and he looks like he's standing in water. And as you can see, the water is up to above his knees. He's got a DF beside his bag, on the side of his bag. And he's got a fancy coat on. So here's the rhyme that goes with Dr. Foster. Dr. Foster went to Gloucester in a shower of rain. He stepped in a puddle right up to his middle and never went there again. Next, I have two of these. I bet you can guess what this is. This is the old woman who lived in a shoe. So there was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. I love these ones because I think they're really cute with the shoe, the boot. There's the back. She's got a little chimney on the top of her house. And there she is. She doesn't know what to do. She's got so many children. Next, I've got a set. So I've got two of one and one of the other. So if you were to look at these two at the front, who do you think this little pair is? See what's in their hands? Oh, his is on the ground. So Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down, broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. So I have two Jills and one Jack. So let's look at Jack to start with. He's a blondie. He's got his blue shirt on. He fell down the hill, spilled his pail because it looks empty to me. He's got his little blue shirt on. And then we've got two versions of Jill. She's got her pail of water, but she fell down. Look at her blonde hair and her little dress. So we've got two Jills. One has a bluer pail than the other. So that's Jack and Jill. Next is this guy. You know who he is? That is Puss in Boots. He's got his blue fancy boots on and standing in the green grass. He's a cutie. Look at that face. He's got a very cute face. There's the back with his bushy tail and his fur. Puss in Boots. Puss in Boots isn't really a nursery rhyme. It's more like a Mother Goose fairy tale from what I've read. All right, so here is a grandfather clock, and if you can see, he's really small, but there's a little guy on the side of the clock. So this is Hickory Dickory Dock. The mouse ran up the clock. The clock struck one, the mouse ran down. Hickory Dickory Dock. I like this one. I think it's really cute with the mouse on the side of the clock. You can see him going up there. It says Wade on the very front there. Then we have this little guy. Can you see what he's got in his hand? Looks like a staff almost. So this is Little Boy Blue. Little Boy Blue, come blow your horn. The sheep's in the meadow, the cow's in the corn. So he's like a little shepherd. He's got, I think, a sheep in his hand, a little sheep beside him. Let me turn him for you. says Wade, England on the back. Here's little boy Blue. He's got a little blue jacket on, and I believe his hat is blue as well. All right, so in here, can you see her? This is Goosey, Goosey Gander. So the rhyme goes, Goosey, Goosey Gander, whither shall I wander? Upstairs and downstairs, and in my lady's chamber. So I don't do it as well as if I had an English accent. My Canadian accent does not work with some of the rhyming on that little lyrics, but I think this goose is beautiful. It's got an orange beak. Here's the back. It's a substantial size, actually. So that's Goosey, Goosey Gander. Next, oops, doesn't want to stand up. Turn you around. Ba, ba, black sheep, have you any wool? Yes, sir, 3 bags full. So there's my little black sheep. He's pretty popular for collectors. Not easy to find. There's a little tiny little chip you can see right there. But other than that, he's great, in great shape. And the last one out of the Nursery Rhyme group is this set of 3 bears. So, the 3 little bears. Now this one is popular amongst the collectors. I guess it's more rare than the other one. So this group of 3 bears is a little more pricey in my Etsy store, but definitely not crazy priced at least. So these are the 3 little bears. Papa bear, mama bear, and baby bear. Here are the start of the animals that I have, and so I'm going to show them to you kind of as a group. So to start with, I have 2 bison or buffalo, and I don't know if you can tell. I'm going to try and put them. They are different sizes. So this one in the back is larger, and then here's the second one that's slightly smaller. So I have the 2 buffalo together. They go together, and if you purchase them, you get both of them. I have a cute little owl. This is a bear cub. He looks totally like a teddy bear. And then I have 2 lions, and you can purchase whichever one you want. You can see here, excuse me, Mr. Bear. One has a little slightly darker mane than the other. So they're slightly different. They got their tails. So there's the bison or buffalo, an owl, a bear cub, and then the lions. All right, here's a second set of animals. We have the monkeys, or some people call them apes. I've got 2 of them. I have an otter, which is really quite popular. A lot of people really like the otter. I think it's really well done. A sitting giraffe, which is really cute. It's like a baby giraffe. And I love this one too, the lemur, with his big tail. So there's a group: the lemur, the giraffe, the otter, and the monkeys. All right, and the last group of animals are mostly dogs. So to start with, we're going to start here in the corner. This is, a lot of people call it a husky, but it's also considered by Wade an Alsatian dog. Okay, so we've got that one. I have an Irish setter or setter dog. Unfortunately, it does have a chip here, but it's fun for people that do have a setter. It'd be fun to have the little figurine. Cute little Cocker Spaniel. Look at him, he's adorable. a white poodle. Looks like a show dog. He's sitting so proud, doesn't he? A corgi, the queen's dog. So here's a corgi. And this guy I'm showing you last, this is a fox, and I just sold him. So he is heading off to a new home, but this is the fox. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me and going through some of these Wade's Whimsies. They're super collectible, and I hope you enjoyed taking a look at them. If you're interested in any of them, come take a look at our Etsy store or message me on YouTube here and we'll discuss. So please like this video, subscribe, because that would be fantastic. I'd love to gather some new subscribers, and then of course comment. So have a great day, everyone, and I'll see you next week.